Hey everybody, Gary with Basecamp Trading. Let's take a look at just a simple little trade we call bracket the doji trade on the 30-minute chart. You can see this morning we had one in gold right here. We come in at 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern time, and you can see we put two dojis in a row. When we get two dojis in a row, we do what we call bracket the dojis. We just take a horizontal line, we put it at the high of the highest doji, and we put it at the low of the lowest doji, which happens to be the same one in this particular case. And then we just wait for a breakout. And you can see that this broke out with this bar. This was a strong bullish bar. So, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for some positive momentum, fast and slow line crossing to the upside, histogram going green, and the trigger bar being a strong bullish or bearish bar, depending on which way it breaks out. In this particular case, strong bullish bar opened right at the bottom. The entire body of this bar was all buying as we were breaking out, and then it just kept right on running and closed all the way up here. So a nice strong trigger bar on this bracket the dojis play. It triggered in at about 1877.40. The high of this bar was 1885.30, so not quite $800, but should have been able to lock in, potentially $600-700 per contract on that play. And then later in the same day during lunch, we had another situation. We had a doji and a doji, same thing. We bracket in our dojis, take our horizontal line, put it at the top of the highest bar, put it at the bottom of the lowest bar, and then wait for the breakout. In this particular play, we had some hint that we were probably going to break to the upside, because at this point we're making higher highs, higher lows. Our momentum is bullish, and then as we actually trigger this, we're triggering a bullish inflection. So we had the doji, we put the brackets on. Next bar ended up being an inside bar. However, the 5 and 13 had crossed to the upside. The bar closed above our resistance level here, 50 EMA, and our other EMAs, 5 and 13, crossed the upside above the 21. And this ended up triggering to the upside. Another pretty bullish bar. Left bottoming tail, entire body of the bar was buying. Now we left a little bit of a topping tail, but we still had a bullish bar that closed outside of our bracket. So that actually ended up triggering in at the high of that bar, which was 1890.1. And we ran, it wasn't a huge run, but we ran as high as 1895. So another opportunity to grab, $200-300. Not picking tops, but could have grabbed another $200-300 out of that play right there. This is what it looks like on the Unarenko chart. This was our setup from this morning. The high of that doji this morning was right there. The low of the doji was right there. And then we just waited for the breakout. We got a nice strong breakout. If you happen to miss the breakout or weren't confident taking it since it had already run a little bit, we had a nice Trend to Pro 2.0 signal off the 18. That was good for another $200 per contract, followed by another one, which would have been good for $100 per contract. So this was the one that we had the opportunity to grab $600 or $700 per contract. Again, just depends on how you're trading it. Had a nice move up. And then this is where we had the one that was during our lunch hour, which was right here. And it was between this pivot and this pivot. We broke out to the upside, and this is where we had the opportunity to grab another $200-300 per contract. Again, just depends on how you're trading it. Same thing, if you missed the initial breakout, we had to wick off the 18 with a Trend to Pro 2.0 signal, followed by another wick off the 18 with a Trend to Pro 2.0 signal. So just a little bit of money, could have made, just all depends on how you're trading it, but could have picked up probably around $800 just on those two simple bracket the doji trades.